welcome to my channel. My name is Grace, and today we're going to be talking about budgets. So I like to create an annual budget, just one budget for the entire year. I don't know if I'm lazy, but this works for me. I don't have to create smaller budgets for every month or every week. It's just one. And if something comes up in the middle of the year, I can just add it to that yearly budget, the annual budget, and that's it. When I'm designing my budget, I like to draw it up like a spreadsheet. I'll have rows for everything, every item that I need to put into my budget, and then I'll have columns for all the categories and months of things that I need to put in. I like to divide my budget into three different parts. The first one is cash incoming. Cash incoming is going to be anything that brings in a regular source of income. We're talking jobs, businesses, side hustles, anything that brings in a regular source of income for you, we're going to put into this category. We're going to list each one as a line item right here. And then the next column to that is going to be the ideal column. I need the ideal column as a guide, like a standard, so that I can relate the rest of the other months to see how I'm doing. In this ideal column for the cash incoming, we're going to put the least that we expect or that we have received from this source of income in the last year. We're going to multiply each source of income by 12 to find out the totals for each and every source of income. Then we're going to add that up to find out the gross total. The next part of the budget is the expenses. Expenses is everything that we spend money on. I'm talking housing, food, transportation, utilities, and don't forget to put allowances there. You need a personal allowance. We're going to list everything that we spend money on and make sure to put everything. Do not forget to add a personal allowance for yourself. After listing all the items that you're going to be spending money on, we're going to go to the next column and put in the ideal. For the ideal, you're going to put the most that you have ever spent on this item in the last year, or the most that you think you're going to be spending on that item in that year. And then we're going to calculate the total for the ideal month. And then multiply each item by 12 to calculate the total for each item for the entire year. And then also calculate the gross. For the income, I put in the least amount that I think I'm going to earn. And for the expense, I put the most that I think I'm going to spend. By this way, I am stretching the budget. I want to see the extremes. I want to see the least that I can earn and the most that I can earn. And the gross numbers for the income and the expenses are targets that I'm trying to beat. I want to make more money than my gross income, and I want to spend less money than my gross expenses. The third part to this budget is a credit card activity. I use credit cards to budget because credit cards come up with credit card statements every month. And in those credit card statements, you can see exactly what you spent your money on, and that will help you with budgeting. The way I do it is that in the credit card part of the budget, I list every credit card that I have. And then I give each credit card a purpose or a category. And then I make sure to add the total that I'm going to use for each category on a monthly basis. That way I know when I have exceeded my budget for that particular category. And those statements are going to show me exactly what I spent the money on so I can see where I had overages. At the end of every month, I make sure to clear my credit card balance. That way I do not accrue any interest, and it also helps me stay on budget. The money I use to do this is from my income that I budgeted for in my expenses. I know exactly how much I need to spend, and I get that money from my income. A budget helps me because I make one based on my financial habits, and I make sure to stick to it. And then I come back on a monthly basis at least to update it. I update it with the current figures. So if I'm updating it for January, I usually come back in February since I have all my receipts and all my statements, and I input all the data for the cash incoming and expenses and the credit card activity for that month. That way I get to review all my current numbers with my ideal numbers to see how close or far I am from my target. This has helped me achieve all my financial goals. I hope that this information is able to help you create your own budget and also achieve all of your financial goals. Thank you for watching and have a great day.